brings you the divisional round of the NFL playoffs, and it's brought to you by EA Sports. It's the Eagles and the Lions under the lights on Sunday night.
This Lion fan base have been craving home playoff football since this building opened in 2002, and they've got it today at Ford Field in Detroit. Just ahead, we'll decide the second entrant to next week's NFC title game, and we've got a great one in store, as it'll be the Philadelphia Eagles taking on the Detroit Lions. With Charles Davis, as always, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Charles, you talk about storylines in this one. I think it begins and ends with our two quarterbacks, certainly two of the best in the business.
And nowadays, I don't think you can get by for long periods of time without a top-flight quarterback.
Who will punch the fourth and final ticket to the conference championship round? We'll know soon enough as we are underway here on a January afternoon. And he'll be stopped up at the 25. So here are the Lions now coming out for their opening drive. And leading them out is their fifth-year quarterback.
And you have to figure that this is a confident quarterback who gets the start here. Coming off of a victory in round one, the team doesn't have to travel. They get another home game here in the divisional round. And I know it sounds cliche, but playing at home, huge for a quarterback, huge for his team. They want to take advantage of it.
Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
Well, he certainly thought he had an open look beyond the first down marker to his receiver, but they just couldn't connect, and that will send them back to the drawing board.
And 2nd and 10, he'll look to throw again. It's complete to Williams. They get 6. That'll leave them with 3rd and 4. He'll look to throw. And that is incomplete.
That was their first 3rd down try of the game, and clearly something was off in the execution of that play. Good news, they've got a whole game left to clean that up and start clicking on those key 3rd down throws.
And here now the punter Fox as he sends this one away. Fielded at about the 28. A nice return that time, gets 12 yards back. And it will be Eagles football, 1st and 10. Philly's offense getting ready, and Jalen Hurts ready to lead them. The 2nd-round pick who started his career at Alabama, then finished with an electric senior season at Oklahoma.
And we can talk all we want about football being a team game and leaning on different parts and aspects in order to get it done. And that's entirely true during the regular season. Some weeks it's the defense, the special teams, running the football. But in the playoffs, all the pressure reverts to the quarterback, and he has to play well and play at a really high level in order for his team to win.
2nd down, here's Hurts. He'll find his man, Terrace Marshall, complete. 9 yards, not quite enough, and they'll be left now with 3rd and 1. They'll try and run for the first with Dillon. They'll be marked inches short. No gain on the play, and that's going to lead them to 4th down. Yes, it's the first half, but we'll see if that stuff there on 3rd and 1 comes back to haunt them.
I hope you don't mind, but it's not going to stop me from putting a check mark next to this play. Let's look back as this game progresses and see if this is one of the key plays in the game, even though it occurred early.
On 4th down, punt coming from Braden Mann. This is away, but boy, headed straight for the sidelines. And no return here. Where will they spot it? They say just outside the 20-yard line. Back onto the field come the Lions for their 2nd overall drive. And on the first drive, 3 and out. And I know that these are professional athletes, but I would imagine sometimes you get the nerves at the beginning of a game still, don't you?
Those don't ever go away. And typically what I've heard from guys and what I remember from playing, if you don't have nerves at the start of a game, it's not going to be a great day for you. You're not really ready to play. So finding a way to harness those nerves and not let them affect you in a negative way, that's what all the guys are looking for.
Back to Montgomery on 2nd down. A short gain here, maybe a yard to the 29. Now, during that run, an injury here. We got one of those big blockers in some discomfort. So as the medical staff takes a look, we'll step aside. Here is 3rd down and 4. They'll set up to throw. Setting up the screen. This is Gibbs. And he is going to have a Lions first down as they convert on 3rd and 3 with a nice gain of 7 yards.
I'm not sure that was necessarily a safety valve or a check down throw on 3rd down. Sometimes just try and find the open guy and get him the ball. He did exactly that and found a way to pick up a first down.
A throw over the middle, taken in. They'll wind up getting 7 on the play, and that's going to bring up 2nd down. First run of the game for Jahmyr Gibbs, the Alabama product. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. They'll get a dozen there, and the Lions have a first down.
Well, there's plenty of real estate for him to maneuver on that run, and let's face it, it shouldn't be a surprise. He's one of the better backs in the league. Had to come into this game with the idea, slow him down, otherwise it's going to be a long afternoon.
And that one drops down, incomplete. Good coverage there, forced the ball free, and it's 2nd down. Now this throw caught left side, and he has another first down as they'll get the ball down to the Eagles' 19. A good pickup there, 26 yards.
That's an excellent read right there. Saw cover 1. That means it's just a single high safety, so you know if you throw the ball to the outside part of the field, help is going to be a little bit late getting there, and he puts one out there for a big-time completion.
And the timing a bit off that time as that one falls to the ground. That was a lightning-fast incompletion. He got it, he threw it, and it fell to the ground.
What's that expression, life comes at you fast? In this case, the defenders came even faster. Incomplete.
On 2nd down, Montgomery. And able to get him down, but he does reach the 5. A nice pickup of 14, and it moves the stick, sets up a 1st and goal. They'll run with Montgomery. And he's going to get him about 3 yards closer. He's down to about the 2.
Not a whole lot there after the penalty, but remember, it was 1st and 5, not 1st and 10, so now they can keep grinding out first downs and good things can happen for them. Just 2nd and short coming up.
Montgomery is not going anywhere. He'll be hit and dropped for no gain at the 2-yard line. 3 tight ends up front here, 3rd and goal. They'll run for it with Montgomery. And he takes this one in for a Lions touchdown. David Montgomery taking it in from 2 yards out. And the Lions are on the board first here in this division round matchup. And they would not be denied on the ground, powering it in just one play after they got stopped short.
And how about how many tight ends are on the field? Because in today's NFL, we think of the tight end more as a pass catcher. For this group, they tell them you've got to be able to run block to stay on this team. And they committed to it and got it done right there.
And this will be a touchback, so they'll bring it out to the 25. The Eagles just about set to go to work on offense. And the last drive, their first drive, 3 and out. What changes here, if anything?
I think it's making sure the guys that you trust the most with the ball, the biggest playmakers you have, that they touch it on this possession to try and get things moving.
So get it to the horses.
Without a doubt. They're the ones that typically end up in the end zone.
Here's 2nd and 7 now from the 28. Hurts sets up to throw it. And he couldn't get that one to his man. Short of him, it's low and incomplete. They head to the line facing a 3rd and 7 following the incompletion on 2nd down. Throwing is Hurts. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Zach Cunningham rolling in to get the sack.
You know, on these types of plays, we're always looking to assess blame. Okay, where did it break down? Sometimes it's just a great play.
On is the punter man as he boots this one away. And a fair catch called for and made just inside the 35-yard line. 37 yards on the punt with no return. And the Lions will take over. Detroit's offense ready to take over. They've got a 7-0 lead in the football as well as they start out 1st and 10. Drive starts with a run from Gibbs. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. Jordan Davis, just a monster on that play, stopping it from going anywhere. First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12. Back to throw here. And his pass incomplete.
A good job in coverage there. They took away his top read on the play, so he went through his progressions and ended up settling on his running back who scored on their last possession, but the coverage held. It goes incomplete.
And a big loss here as he's taken down. That's big Jordan Davis powering in to drop him.
Now that was a passer's nightmare. The front door totally shut down by the defense, so he kept going backwards, hoping to find another avenue of escape. It didn't exist.
Jack Fox out to punt here on 4th down. Fair catch taken just inside the 40-yard line. It'll be 37 yards there on the punt, and the Eagles will have it taking over 1st and 10. The Eagles coming out as they get ready. Not only are they in search of their first score, they're in search of their first down in this ball game as they come up 1st and 10. Over the middle complete. It's Jones. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. A gain of 11 to kick off the drive, and it's a quick 1st down. Hurts. And he'll protect himself at the end here as he winds up getting pretty decent yardage. The improv on the scramble there gets him 6, and it'll be 2nd down. Here's Hurts to throw. And this throw a bit late as he couldn't reach back for it. Now they face a 3rd down and 4 after that incompletion on 2nd down. He'll look to throw. They go screen with Dillon. And he'll be taken down, but he does have 1st down yardage. An effective 7-yard 3rd down conversion.
As an unbiased observer, I think it would have been interesting to see what they would have done if they hadn't gotten the 1st down there. But since they did, I guess the point is moot.
Yeah, they're right there in that middle ground, field goal range. Hurts fumbles it. Oh, and one of the linemen on the other side has got it. And his guys will take over at their own 44-yard line. Every week we hear talk about create turnovers. In particular, they wanted to force some fumbles. They got one right there.
And it shows you how the game has changed over time. It used to be good enough for a guy to get a sack of a quarterback in the pocket. Now, if you come to the sidelines and you didn't knock the ball free, your coaches are upset with you. All right, so if you're a quarterback, it starts all the way back in the youth leagues. Take care of the ball, take care of the ball, take care of the ball, because here come the defenders.
And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
So if you've been playing defense in this one, there's a little bit of the good and some bad, because they did give up the touchdown run to him earlier, but shut him down otherwise.
Outside of that, you're exactly right. I would say they've contained him very well. This one swung out to Montgomery. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 45-yard line. They'll come to the line here needing 9 yards to pick up the 1st. Out of the gun now on 3rd down. Eagle pressure, too much this time. Down he goes. Zach Bond with a big-time sack on 3rd down. It's a loss of 7.
And this is what you've got to do against a quarterback like him. You've got to keep him in the pocket and not let him get to the perimeter, because once he gets outside, that's where he can really hurt you.
2nd quarter action now from Detroit, and it's the homestanding Lions who have the football, as they've got it with a 4th down coming up. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. So possession goes over here on the punt. And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. Hurts and the Eagles come up here 1st and 10 at their own 16. They'll begin the drive with a run by Dillon. And he's taken down, but not before he gets this across the 25-yard line. Nice way to start the drive, a gain of 12 and a first down.
Partner, if you want more carries, I think we saw how you get him. Showed that he's got the fresh legs, and he picked up the first down on that run. Don't just ask for him. Show him that you're supposed to get the football.
And he'll take this up near the 35, maybe the 34.
Tackle made that time by Aleem McNeil. Now 2nd and 5. Off the play fake, here's Hurts.
And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes.
That time, multiple defenders getting pressure, and it's a loss of 6. So after that sack, Hurts and the Eagles, tough spot here, 3rd and long.
Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. And he nearly got the first himself, but it appears he's going to be about a yard or two short. The scramble good for a nice gain of 10 yards, but still 4th down.
That looked great when he first took off because, in my mind, there was room to run, and he had the marker in his sight. But I certainly didn't expect him to close so quickly, and neither did he. They got to him just in time, and now that forced him to make a decision with his 4th down call.
So they're forced to punt on 4th as this one's away. On the return is Williams.
A very nice punt that time, but they get 11 back on the return. And they will take over 1st and 10.
Here's the Lion offense now as they get ready to take over.
Charles, a very uninspired effort the last time we saw them out there. It was a quick 3 and out, then they punted the football.
Yeah, and you never want to get stopped so soundly during a series, but what would be even worse now is letting it happen again right here. They've got to get going.
2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12. Looking to throw. And that'll be caught by St. Brown. So the completion good for just 3. And that's going to set up a tough 3rd and 9. Now they'll throw here out of the gun. And he will slide to a stop. He does have the first down. They give him 13 yards there on the play and a fresh set of downs.
Certainly not a positive sign if you're the D coordinator and you see your guys give up that space so early in the game. 3rd down, that's when the clamps are supposed to come out. But his ability to create things with his legs makes things difficult.
Now a play fake here on 1st down. He's airing it out for Williams. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
And just know when that play call came in, their eyes lit up because anytime you get a chance to take a big shot downfield, that's a lot of fun, and they missed an opportunity.
He'll try again with the arm here on 2nd down. Completing it here to Marvin Jones. 9 yards, not quite enough, and they'll be left now with 3rd and 1. They'll run it. Here's Montgomery. And he's got the first down yardage there as he takes it just across midfield.
I think they like this drive a little bit better there, partner. Running game helping out, picking up some of the slack. Because remember the last drive, they went 3 and out.
They'll look to throw now on 1st down.
Finds Gibbs on a check down. And he was able to shed 1 tackle but could not get away from there.
Only able to gain a couple there, and it'll be 2nd down. They'll set up a throw.
That's caught. Allen Robinson.
So the completion good for 7 there, and that'll leave him with a 3rd and just a yard. He'll drop to throw.
Able to find the open man. That's complete.
And he has another first down as they'll get the ball down to the Eagles first 30. They only needed 1 yard on third down. They get 10 instead by going to the air. Gotta say, I was a little surprised to see Charles come out in the shotgun on third and less than a yard.
Yeah, but the way the NFL is nowadays, we hardly ever see anyone really run for it on short yardage. So they're going to throw the football more times than not. That was a nice, easy rhythm throw right there, and they pick up the first down.
They'll look to throw again. Got his man complete over the middle. It's Robinson. Calling a gain of 3 on the play, and it'll be second down. Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. Finds the open target early. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. His first reception of the divisional round matchup, but it's good for a first down as well. Again, he'll drop to throw. It's complete to Robinson. And he'll get 7 yards from the 17 to the 10 before he's taken down.
Facing a 2nd and 3. Ball on the 10.
Back to throw again. Dancing to his left. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Detroit. A 10-yard touchdown run.
And the Lions have taken a 2-touchdown lead now.
Not the first time on this drive we saw him take matters into his own hands, and this time he finishes things off with a touchdown run.
You're not going to be happy with me, but I think he took matters into his own feet, didn't he?
Oh, Davis from the top rope. I like it. Extra point by Badgley, up and good. And that'll make the score 14-0. Here are the Lions now as they line up and kick this one away.
From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And he's able to get this across the 20, but not by much as he's marked down officially at the 21. Hurts and the Eagles come up here 1st and 10
at their own 21. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. Looking for Jones, and it's intercepted. Picked off by DJ Reed. And the return here will go to the 31-yard line.
Certainly not his best throw that time, and not a good time to make it, Charles, when they were a nickel with 5 defensive backs on the field.
And that's exactly why you have those 5 DBs out there. You want extra speed on the field, guys who have ball skills and understand what the passing game can do, and gives them a chance to react and make a play on the football, and they take one of those away.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. They'll try the middle with Montgomery. A short gain here, maybe a yard to the 29.
No doubt about it. A really nice job there by the defense, not allowing him to get to the perimeter. But that means your defensive ends, your outside linebackers, the guys that you pay big money to sack the quarterback, they also have to have interest in the running game as well. And they did a nice job there holding the point of attack and not giving ground.
2 catches now in this divisional round matchup. That one, a first down. They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. First down, here's the run with Montgomery. He pushes forward for maybe 3 down to the 6-yard line. Second quarter action, 2 minutes to go on divisional round weekend. The 6-yard line, the line of scrimmage on 2nd and goal. They're going to look to throw. Under pressure, down he goes. Sacked at the 10. Now I think we're going to get a timeout here. Yes, a timeout here as it looks like we've got a Lion that's shaken up.
The medical staff will attend to him, and we will step aside. Now, they'd really like to make the short field pay off. We'll see if they can, but this is 3rd and goal.
He'll look to throw.
Setting up the screen, this is Gibbs.
And he'll be brought down here at the 3-yard line. The Eagles going to take the first of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. Badgley able to knock this one through, and that will extend their lead even further.
So they get the turnover in plus territory. The drive stalls out, but still able to get 3 out of that.
Yeah, we were able to see an offense and a defense kind of mix and match with each other, didn't we? Both of them trying to make sure that they have the upper hand and the advantage. Offense trying to get to the end zone. Defense, of course, trying to hold them to a field goal attempt. And it wasn't a guaranteed lock 3 from where they started. So, you know, the offense has to be happy to come away with those 3 points.
Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. And this one too low.
Well, this defense is certainly organized and playing off of each other because the rush is providing pressure and the coverage is forcing incompletions and capitalizing on mistakes. When you get every level on defense hitting at once, you get first-half scores just like this one.
And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. Now you've got to hustle your guys to the line and get them set. But first down, Hurts. And his throw here's incomplete. Fair to say, hasn't been his best game throwing the football, but also not getting a lot of help out there either.
Yeah, you nailed it pretty well, you know. He's got to throw it better. Got to get more help. Obviously one that should have been caught. They got to find a way to bring those 2 elements together so they can make some progress in this one.
And the offense moving quickly to the line. Throwing is Hurts. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And it's going to be another first down as they'll get him to the ground at the Lions' 43. From the gun, it's Hurts. Nice work to get 7 out of that, and it's second down. Now another timeout called for by the offense as the clock will stop with 33 seconds to go in the first half. Here's 2nd and 3. Hurts. Oh, everything falling apart now. Another one intercepted. Picked up by Quan Alexander. And the Lions are going to take possession here at their own 33.
When a team's turned it over 3 times in the first half, we just look at the offense and say, guys, what are you doing? But instead, we really should be looking at the defense. They've created the takeaways. 2 interceptions, 1 caused fumble. They played awfully well swarming to the ball here in the first half.
And the Lions going to go back on offense one final time in this first half. And with a 3-score lead already, this is not time for a momentum change, so I'd imagine they'd be happy to just take this into the locker room. They'll try and start this drive in the air. Out route, he finds his man. It's Jones. The Lions now going to use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 25 seconds to go here in half number 1. He gets this out wide to Gibbs.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They've become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
Throwing again on 2nd down, but this time it's incomplete.
I see the surprise in your face there, partner. That is a rare incompletion from him. He's been on point this entire game.
He has percentage completion-wise way up, not that time. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. That is caught. The Lions quickly now going to use the last of their timeouts. And with halftime on the horizon, they'll be out of timeouts from here forward. But now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete.
Nice progress down the field was halted by that incompletion. They could try for some safe yards here to get things moving again, or keep throwing it and pushing it downfield to try and pick up bigger yardage.
And this is off the left upright. And it comes back. It's no good. And the lead will stay put at 17.
Yeah, 55 yards is anything but a gimme. You've got to really concentrate on your leg swing and proper technique. This time, though, he's unable to convert.
Already at the line, this Philly offense set to go. And they'll have time for one play. There's 2 seconds on the clock. And now this throw incomplete, and that is how this first half will come to an end. So we've come upon halftime here in this NFC Divisional Round matchup. As we'll send you down to Orlando, and we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report.
He wound up finding the end zone on a touchdown run to help give his guys the advantage here at the break.
And he'll go down as this drive will start at the 25-yard line. Out come the Eagles now as he'll go on offense first here in the third quarter.
And you have to think, Charles, down 3 scores already. They need to play an almost perfect second half to have a solid chance.
And that absolutely starts with finding some way to put together a touchdown drive here. They need to be smart, fast, efficient, get the ball into the end zone, and do it again multiple times in order to have a chance to win this game.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10.
Hurts sets up to throw it. Throwing quickly there, but it's incomplete.
You get the sense that they're saying we're not playing up to what we're capable of, and we're deep enough into the game that the early jitters are long gone, that they should now have some sense of continuity and be able to make some of these plays that they have not been doing so far.
Calling no gain on the run there, and now they'll be looking at a 3rd down. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down.
They go play action with Hurts. He's got his target. That's complete.
And it's going to be another 1st down as they'll get him to the ground at the Lions' 41-yard line. Excellent play there on 3rd down. Give them 25 yards.
Well, we talk all the time about playing situational football, and right now I think the scoreboard is dictating what they need to do. Where they are in this game, they've got to push the ball downfield, take their shots, try and get big chunks of yardage in a short amount of time. That was a nice play there.
And he gets this to the 35. Good for a gain of 5.
His running ability has been an extra dimension of their game plan thus far. For once, though, he doesn't create any magic against the front that's prepared for him to try and take off.
Here's a fake on the jet sweep, and instead a give up the middle.
And tackled down after a gain of 3. Leaves him with 1 yard to go on 3rd down. This will be play number 7 on the drive. 3rd and a yard.
Again, it's Dillon.
And he's going to have the 1st down yardage as he's down at about the 30-yard line.
Now, during that run, an injury here. We got one of those big blockers in some discomfort.
Still in search of their 1st touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. 1st and 10.
Dillon now off the option. And he's got it down to the 28.
Oh, that's a real nice job there by the defensive front. They just engaged and held their ground. But how about the guy who made the play? We often talk about whether they take a good first step or not. Many times you just don't take any step. Just get your feet moving, get your body going, and then once he made the read, he was able to make the play.
Here's 3rd and 10. Here's Hurts to throw.
Jones goes diving, and he's got it. 2 catches now in this divisional round matchup. That one, a 1st down.
Every guy that plays this game has plenty of people around him that are concerned for his health and well-being. He had no regard for his body on that catch at all, did he?
Middle of the field, diving to grab it? No, he didn't.
So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10. Off the play fake, here's Hurts.
Throwing the out route, incomplete. It's Bryant. And able to get this down inside the 15, either the 13 or 14 before he's out of bounds.
Here's 2nd and 7.
They'll look to throw. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete. So another incompletion there. He's hitting on fewer than half his pass attempts in this one, and that is not a winning formula.
Yes, let's make sure we give a little bit of credit to the defense here. They're giving him a lot to think about, a lot of different looks, and he seems a little bit confused.
And it's intercepted at the goal line. Picked up by DJ Reed.
And the Lions are going to get the football here as the ball will come out to the 20.
They were well aware of the scoreboard as they went into halftime, and they know how tough it's been to put up any kind of points. But if there's a positive after that play, is that they were able to take a shot at the end zone on their opening drive of this half. The negative, though, that shot at 6 ended in an interception, and we know that's not going to jumpstart this struggling offense.
They'll come out throwing here on 1st down.
And oh, that nearly their first pick of the game, but it falls down to the ground incomplete.
After the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 20. They'll drop to throw. Throw on the run, but that's going to be incomplete.
Well, so far in this drive, they've done some good work. They force incompletions on 1st and 2nd down, bring up 3rd and 10. That brings up the big question. Do they bring pressure, or do they play coverage on this down?
Being chased out left. And he gets this one just shy of the 40, down at the 39. The coverage may be too good that time as he breaks away for 19 with his legs and a 1st down. They'll look to throw here. And he rifles one incomplete.
I think he's got to be careful not to force anything into coverage right there. There weren't really any throwing lanes, but the best part for him, he's got 2nd and 3rd down to fall back on.
And he went backwards. He'll be down at the 30. 9 yards is the loss on the play, and they're going to be staring at a 3rd and long here. And that had trouble written on it from the start.
Yeah, I'd say, partner, sometimes you just got to know when to surrender and mitigate the loss. Instead, he kept going backwards, and now it's 3rd and long. Good luck with this play call.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. This pass down the field for Gibbs, and that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down. Here comes the Lions punter now, as he'll punt it away for the 4th time today. And a fair catch signaled for and taken just outside the 20-yard line. So a change of possession here on the punt. And out will come the offense as they take over. Hurts and the Eagles come up here 1st and 10 at their own 22. The drive starts with a carry by Dillon. And they work this well upfield across the 45. 51 yards rushing for him now on what was his 10th carry of the ball game.
I love football lingo and the evolution of it all. Nickel defense makes sense, right? Five defensive backs. But then you go to 6. What are you going to call that? And they call it a
double it.
A dime, which is just very simple for them. The math doesn't add up. But I know one thing. Offenses love to run against dime defenses. Typically, the bigger guys have an advantage against the smaller defensive backs when they're blocking downfield.
And we saw that advantage right there. Firing, and Julio Jones has it on the slant. And it's going to be another 1st down as they'll get him to the ground at the Lions' 35. Now we'll get a stoppage here as it appears we've got an Eagle slow to get up. Well, the medical staff is going to come out here and take a look, and we will take a short break. Still in search of their first touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. 1st and 10. Hurts throw complete to Dotson. And that's good for a pickup of 10 yards. And that'll leave him with a 2nd and just a few inches left. They'll set up to throw. Now he's got it. Touchdown, Eagles. Jahan Dotson, 25 yards for the touchdown. And the Eagles are able to make some inroads here to that deficit. That's the score you felt they had to have here in the 3rd quarter to get back in this game.
And you know that there was an emphasis on their side. Hey, we know this. We know where we are. But sometimes that binds you up so much that you try too hard, you don't get the score. A perfect combination of urgency, yet relaxed enough to get it done.
Elliott good on the extra point, and that'll cut the lead to 17-7. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. And this will come out to the 25 as Jones elects for the touchback. And Detroit getting set to go now. This now a 10-point game, so things tightening a little bit after that last score. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. This to Arnold on the short pass. And this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30. Ball on the 30. They'll come up with a 2nd and 5. The play action fake. They'll look to throw. And this is dropped. Oh, it's incomplete. He had a big gainer in his sights, but he could not reel it in. They come up now 3rd and 5 following the incomplete pass. He'll look to throw. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And it was a stiff arm there that freed him enough to get the first before he's tackled. A big play there for Detroit. 55 yards.
Another big play right there, and this is where, as an offense, you can really put the hammer down. You've got a double-digit lead, but those other guys, they've been hanging around. A touchdown here could put this game out of reach, and that's a strong step towards getting it done.
A real field flipper there as all of a sudden they've got a first down in the red zone. Finds the open target, Arnold. The result, only 4 yards there on the play. And it's second down.
It's now second and 6 at the 11-yard line.
Gibbs straight ahead. And he's going to be hemmed in and brought down right at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there, so they're left with a 3rd down and 6. He'll drop to throw. And he has his receiver. That's Jones. Lions touchdown. Marvin Jones, an 11-yard touchdown. And his guys now an extra point away from taking a 3-score lead.
That drive that really increased their cushion felt very military to me. Very precise, methodical, that's one of the words you've taught me. And they just got it done.
And slowly but surely now starting to pull away a little bit. Things looking good for them here in the 3rd quarter.
Not only pulling away, but you mentioned that slowly but surely. You also drain clock, too, with a drive like that. So you really give yourself an advantage.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. Taken at the goal line. And beyond the 20, but not by much. In fact, just a yard pass there to the 21. Here's the Philadelphia offensive unit now as they head out to take over possession. I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback, it has to start right here, right now.
Yeah, now they've got a final chance to get out of this situation, but they also understand they've got to move the ball and move it fast. In addition, they need to save as much time so they can get 2 more possessions.
At the 26-yard line.
Second down, here's Hurts. Over the middle, complete. It's Marshall. And they're able to get this one across the 35. 5th catch of the afternoon, and that gives him a first down. Throwing is Hurts. Out left to Dotson. They'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. 15 more there, and they're on a roll. It's another first down.
And you start to think if it's going to happen for these guys, it's got to start with this drive. Down 3 scores, they need to start making some inroads. And that'll help the cause there as they pick up good yardage and a first down.
So the ball moves into Lion territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 49-yard line. Hurts. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Marshall. 1 quarter remains for a trip to the NFC title game. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now at Ford Field. So not quite a first down just yet as they come up on 2nd and less than a yard. That's caught by his tight end, Kylen Granson. His first reception of the divisional round matchup, but it's good for a first down as well.
First down, Eagles.
Throwing from the gun, it's Hurts. Man open, here is Jones. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or 2 shy of the 10. An excellent pickup of 20 yards. Dillon now off the option. And he'll get this one down to about the 10-yard line. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9. They run once more with Dillon. And he'll take this from the 9 down to about the 7.
Well, they certainly had success throwing the ball on this drive and not as much running it as we just saw once again on that last play. Stopped after a very short gain. But I wouldn't abandon the run totally because otherwise, pass rushers just tee off on your quarterback.
And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Carlos Dunlap with a big-time sack on third down. It's a loss of 7. So Hurts is off, and on comes Jake Elliott for the Eagle field goal. That's just 32 yards officially from the right hash. The kick by Elliott is good, and that will close the gap down to 14. Well, with that field goal, you can argue they needed to get back within 2 scores, and they did indeed do that, but still a pretty uphill battle.
Still going to take 2 fourth-quarter touchdowns to get back into it. And as you and I know, that's a tall order against any NFL defense. They're going to need their own defense to make some plays as well to give them an opportunity.
And not much happening on the return as he'll get this to about the 23. So out now come the Lions. Now there are 2 scores on the plus side. Still time here in this fourth quarter, but maybe you start thinking about playing keep away?
Yeah, I think here's the situation. You're not thinking touchdowns anymore. You're just thinking first downs. To keep up with your theme there, playing keep away, first downs, they can't touch the ball.
Here's a 2nd and 8. Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. And that falls to the ground, incomplete. A nice job of bodying him up defensively, and now it brings up third down. They'll set up a throw. And that's going to be incomplete. The contact there enough to jar that ball free, and it brings up 4th down.
That's an excellent job right there on third down. Like any defense, you never want to let them get anything started, and that would have been a first down. Instead, you saw the contact on time, no penalty, and before this drive could get wings, it's 4th down.
Yeah, call it 38 yards on the punt, no return. Philadelphia getting set to take the field. Their defense was able to force the punt. That's the good news, but this is still a 2-score game, and they need points on this drive and in a relatively quick. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off by DJ Reed, and they'll set up shop in enemy territory at the 45-yard line. I think it's safe to say this is a game he's not going to forget anytime soon, Charles. 3 interceptions.
It's rare that we see 3 interceptions by one team, let alone by an individual. And I think that after the second one, he's probably telling his teammates, any ball that's in the air, it's going to be mine. And that turned out to be true.
From the gun, it's a give to Montgomery. And that one opened up for him well as he'll take this down to the 26-yard line. 44 yards rushing for him in the ball game now on 14 carries.
First and 10 at the 26-yard line.
Now a play fake here on first down. Campbell making the catch. And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8. 18 yards that time to push him up 1st and goal.
I like that they're staying aggressive on offense because to me this drive is what is known as a put-away drive. You score here, that might put this one to bed. I like the fact that they're playing with confidence and not playing with fear.
Now here's a pass on first down that's knocked away and incomplete.
Yes, sir. How about an attaboy there on first down? Got his hand in and knocked it away.
Here's 2nd and 8. To the end zone, but it's incomplete.
That was a touchdown if he could have hung on. Instead, it was a well-timed collision to jar that one free.
They'll look to throw on 3rd and goal. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete.
Has to be a little bit of frustration there. Back-to-back incompletions. Receivers blanketed on both attempts, this time on 3rd down.
A 25-yard attempt.
Badgley able to punch this one through, and that will extend their lead even further. So that almost certainly the final piece to this puzzle, a 3-score lead. I don't think there's any coming back from there.
But you know, normally I'd get on you for giving up on the game right here, but I do think you're right in this case. This late in the game, 2 scores is tough enough. 3, I'm with you. That seems out of the question.
And he had no room to run as he's tackled down inside the 20. Here comes Eagle offense now as they get set to take over here. Well, we said it at halftime that they would need a nearly perfect second half to erase that deficit that they were facing, CD. But unfortunately, the second half has pretty much been a carbon copy of the first.
Yeah, that early lead was almost insurmountable the way their opponent was playing. And, partner, they do have some good news, though. This one is getting close to being over, and they can try and hit the reset button starting tomorrow.
Second down, here's Jalen Hurts. There's a short throw taken in by Bryant. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down. From the gun, it's Hurts. Over the middle, brought in by Dotson. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They're tackling them almost on the spot. That means they have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
And he'll get up to the 43-yard line. 4 yards the pickup, first down.
A gain of 4 yards. First down, Eagles.
Hurts sets up to throw it. That one complete out to Dotson. And he's brought down. The Eagle passing game looking good on this drive. It's a first down.
15 yards. And an Eagle first down.
Here's Hurts to throw. Going right back to Dotson. Give him a gain of 5 on the completion. And that'll bring up second down. And quickly they get to the line.
Brings up second and 5.
To throw again on second down. Hurts. Looking for Dotson, and he's got him. And he'll go out of bounds inside the 15-yard line. That one good for 26 and a first down. A 3-score game here late. You can probably rule out the comeback, but certainly some kind of a moral victory to be had if they can get a few more points to close things out. And to that end, a nice pass play there to push things downfield.
Yeah, and we know in this league, a loss is a loss, and no one wants anything to count as a moral victory or, boy, something that feels a little bit cheap. But if they trim that lead down to just 2 scores, that's still a benefit to this squad.
And all the way to the 2-yard line there before crossing over out of bounds. Now following the completion, we're going to get a stoppage here for an injury. While they come out and take a look at him, we will step aside for just a moment. It'll be Hurts on the option. And maybe the wrong read there as he's going to go down immediately. Back at the 5-yard line now, second and goal. Looking to throw. The quick slant caught. Stopped short. Down at the 1. Had the broken tackle, but couldn't get it all the way home. Out of the gun now on third down. To the end zone, but it's incomplete.
You can see the time and effort and thought that they put into their passing game because it was evident right there. It looks like a simple pitch and catch, but you and I both know that they have planned for this and worked hard to make it happen.
They'll run for it with Dillon. And he's in. Touchdown, Eagles. A.J. Dillon taking it in from a yard out. And the Eagles have got it back to a 2-score game here in the 4th. This defense held out as long as they could, but ultimately the running game wears them down from the 1-yard line.
And that gets set up throughout the entire drive, doesn't it? And when you put those big bodies and determination into that carry, the end result, touchdown.
Elliott good with a PAT, and the lead is trimmed down to 10. That one in the books as a 12-play drive. And the Lions are able to cover this one up. And that's why you have your hands team out there on the field. Those are the best guys ready to make that play.
And let's face it, it was executed well. It wasn't a bad kick. It wasn't anything like that. Just that the normal outcome actually came to play. Analytics will tell you it's a very low possibility of getting the ball for the team kicking it in an onside kick situation.
You're all about the numbers, aren't you?
All about the numbers, baby. It's a new game now.
They don't lie. Up the middle, it's Montgomery. And I think this defense knew what was coming as he is smothered behind the line. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11. Coming up to the line, and they will need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Back to Montgomery on 2nd down. Yeah, he'll work free from one tackle, but that's about all as he's taken down. After getting stuffed on 1st down, not much better there. 2-yard gain. Down under 2 minutes to go in this football game. So the Lions in possession of the football as we welcome you back. They've got a 3rd down now as they look for one more 1st down to help salt this one away. He's got his target. That's complete. Touchdown, Detroit. David Montgomery. He scored on the ground and through the air. And the Lions are moving closer to a date now in the NFC Championship game as they're able to extend this 4th quarter lead. Well, forget about the weapons out wide. He knows he's got another weapon in the backfield in the passing game, Charles, and he utilized him perfectly on that play.
And the offense coordinator showed me something on that play, Brandon, because so often during a game, our cameras find them looking down at their play sheets, and you wonder if they're absorbing anything. He had something specific in mind, and he went to it, and it worked well.
Extra point by Badgley, up and good. And that'll make this a 3-score game now. The lead moves to 17. Here are the Lions now as they line up and kick this one away. From a yard or two deep, here comes a return. And in hindsight, probably should have taken a knee as he only gets this out to the 16-yard line. Here's the Philadelphia offensive unit now as they head out to take over possession. They knew this would be tough on the road, divisional round, and that has certainly been the case with the deficit they face in this 4th quarter. But 1st down, Hurts. Got a man here, it's Bryant. And mark him down way up close to the 40 at the 39. On 1st and 10, it's Hurts. And under the Lions' pressure, he's brought down. Pass protection has been a problem all night long as they come up facing 2nd and a bundle. Throwing there, but this pass is going to wind up incomplete.
This has been a rough one, to put it mildly, for him, and after this one's done, you just feel like in the post-game press conference, this team's going to have a lot of questions and definitely not a lot of answers.
Steps away to his left. And he slides and covers up at the end. This is going to be able to pick up decent yardage. The Eagles going to take the first of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining in the 4th. Now on 4th down here, that pass knocked away and incomplete. Well, at this stage of the game in the 2nd half, down 3 scores, I guess they felt like they needed to push.
And let's face it, with this deficit, if they give up another score here after they didn't get it, does it really matter?
Right.
It really doesn't. They had to go and try and make something happen if they had any chance of winning this game.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Montgomery on the counter. And he'll take this one down to the 36. Defensively, it was Avonte Maddox with a tackle. They work now on 2nd and 9. Again, they'll go ground with Montgomery. And some strong running there as he's down just shy of the 20 on the edge of the red zone. The Lions stay alive as we say thanks for watching and so long.